Hey guys, Fight Kitties here. I'm Lexi.
And I'm Lady J.
And it's time for Kickass and Coffee. There's a lot to talk about today.
Happy Tuesday. I feel like we're kind of coming down from a big weekend high.
Yes.
But there's still a lot to talk about.
There is. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I just saw it was International Women's Day.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. If my Facebook is correct.
If my Facebook is correct, if they're managing the news properly.
I don't know. But apparently it's International Women's Day. So I don't know. I feel like we should get free food or something for that or some sort of freebie.
Freebie.
Yeah. Let us know if you guys have any freebies that we could redeem. All right.
The guys are like, what the heck? You girls get free stuff?
Yeah, duh. Just kidding. All right, guys. Let's get started with some Fight Buzz.
I'm still thinking about that freebie thing. And when I moved to Florida, I'm like, there is free ladies night? What the heck? That does not exist in California.
Free ladies night. And a lot of places, if you go before 12 o'clock, you drink free if you're a girl until 12. I'm like, that's different.
And the guys are like, shut up.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we have to pay to get in and we have to pay for our drinks.
It's just like a chick magnet, get the ladies in and then men will follow.
Well, yeah, that's very true.
All right. On to let's get started with some Vince McMahon news, the total polar opposite of
Yes. Polar opposite. Apparently, he will play a key role at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he's supposed to show them young people how it's done.
And this past Friday on SmackDown, Austin Theory revealed that he will be Pat McAfee's opponent at WrestleMania after Vince McMahon offered the opportunity on SmackDown. And I think everyone's just kind of...
I'm kind of glad that's going down rather than Vince McMahon.
That's true.
It would be nice to see him. He's still the face of the company and, but yeah, I'm still, someone else was talking about when he tore both of his quads. It's yeah, that was a while ago too.
Yeah.
Yes. Banana stuff. But he'll be out there, wearing some snazzy tie and he has his protege, Austin Theory, to fight for him, his leg ties fighter.
And Dave Meltzer noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that McMahon is expected to be involved in the match.
What's he gonna do?
That's what I want to know. What have they wrote for him?
What's okay?
Hi guys, he said, spending time watching WrestleMania reruns.
Oh, which one?
Let us know which one you're watching.
Yeah,
I didn't even know you could watch the reruns fully.
You haven't dove into the Peacock content.
No.
I'm sure you could Google it. It's old WrestleManias.
Oh, yeah, because I know you said they were really long, 8, 7.
Oh yeah, some of the more recent ones are goodness gracious.
Gosh.
I'm aging here. Okay, so back to McMahon. So Meltzer pointed out that WWE didn't do an angle during McMahon's appearance on the Pat McAfee show. He didn't break a table either.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I guess only Brock can break tables. But they just did a basic. Does Vince McMahon ever do a basic interview?
Regular schmegular interview. Well, moving on to Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
He's much more interesting. We love Bryan Danielson. He revealed how much longer he'd like to continue his wrestling career.
Okay, he is 40 now.
In his 40s.
Well, their Sting is 62 and he's still going through freaking tables. So
he's 62?
Yeah, as we talked about it yesterday.
Yes.
One of the guys is Sting is 62. And I'm like, oh my God, how do you recover from bumps like that?
Oh my gosh.
All right, back to Danielson.
Yes. So he went on Wrestling Observer Radio. He talked about how much longer he wants to wrestle, his career in New Japan and training Jade Cargill.
So he wants to do New Japan, which is totally appropriate after that match he had with Jon Moxley. Because I'm watching it I feel like I'm watching a New Japan match. It was brutal.
It was brutal.
I mean, aside, none of them got sweaty enough for the chops to have the sweat spray everywhere. But yeah, I'm oh yeah, this is just a taste of what they would do in New Japan.
Yeah, he says that, in terms of how long he's going to wrestle, that he has this itch. He still wants to do it. He still's got the energy to do it, but he just doesn't want to miss out on his kid's life. That's like his main priority. And
yeah, they got 2 of them now.
yeah, I'm assuming that they're young.
Yeah,
right?
they're
babies.
We had babies at the same time.
Oh my goodness. And he's also saying that, like you said, his wrestling style has changed to a little bit more like New Japan style in a sense. And he believes that like taking heavier bumps during his like wrestling is going to like make his career kind of shorten. So he says like he tries to keep that in mind.
Well, yeah, especially if he wants to go like Minoru Suzuki. I mean, so when John Mox is like, when I think of New Japan Pro Wrestling, I think of concussions. Like, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. You're like, peace out after that match. We're done.
So I'm excited to see where he ends up going.
Let's see.
What did someone say? Finish was whack. Which match are we talking about in there?
Oh, the John Moxley and Bryan Danielson
Oh,
match.
okay. Got it.
Yeah, Regal saved that.
Yeah. And the ref handed out blade to Bryan, so he was not interested after that.
Oh, you weren't excited to see William Regal? I was like, ooh, William Regal's got some fire. Welcome back, Mr. Regal.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were surprised to see him there too. But
all right. So, and then he was talking to Edge,
yes,
right? About like ladder matches and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hold up. That's on camera crew, but I'll be waiting for this match again when they split up. Oh, like when they're no longer blood brothers and they're having a blood feud. Would that be the proper expression? I don't know.
Maybe. I think
or they go to New Japan and have like a tag team matchup with like epic Japanese wrestling stars.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah. Like, Ishii's on my team. Suzuki's on mine. It's going to be a death match. An exploding barbed wire death match.
And yeah,
back to Edge and the ladder matches.
Edge was basically saying that, you know, a lot of the ladder matches that he's done took years off of his, you know, career because he was so injured.
Yeah, should we save it for later?
Yeah, we'll save it for later.
Yes.
But yeah, spoiler alert, there's a lot of injuries.
Yeah. All right. So this is a little fluffy, but it's not. So at Revolution, we saw the new AEW Women's World Title belt. Look at that. It's like beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
It's legit. Now, my girl Jade, I love her, but I'm not loving that TBS one. Look, they're giving the plancha on that side. Yes, the crossbody cover. And oh yeah, they said it took like 21 days to like design this thing out. They got like a little more bling, but it's not like trashy blingy. It's like
I like it.
It's really like what's the word? Stateful. It is something regal. Like you would definitely like hang that thing up with pride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't touch my belt.
No.
Freaking.
Oh goodness. And Britt Baker, who is not our girl.
No, she's not a favorite.
No.
And she won that match.
I think it was stolen.
It was totally stolen.
It was totally stolen. And she got to be the first woman to hold this brand new shiny belt. Do I think she should have been the first one?
Yes, the title's beautiful.
But the title does look beautiful.
I don't think she deserved to be the first one holding this belt, especially not when you have like, you know, Rebel and Jamie Hayter taking out our girl Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, Thunder Pink. Come on.
Thunder Pink. So there was another new belt that was introduced for Hikaru Shida.
Yes.
And Riho was the inaugural winner of the 2019 belt.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I want to see Riho again.
Apparently the other one was like bigger with more diamonds, gold plating, fewer like side plates, but I do like this design.
This new one's totally like up to par. Yeah. There with the guys. Love it.
Right up to the guys. Because I also feel like we were talking about that TBS one that Jade has. It's just not like...
I know they sponsored it and all, but I'm like...
Their design team's a little... I don't know. Alrighty, guys.
All right.
We'll move on.
So we got some Ring of Honor Hall of Fame
for a while there, we didn't have that many, but Cary, is that his name? Cary Silkin was inducted into the inaugural ROH Hall of Fame.
It's been like a few weeks since we had the last announcement. I'm
Yeah.
kind of like, wait a second. Why'd you wait so long?
I thought it was like the final.
I thought that was it too, but they're like, oops, let that in, Cary.
But the difference with this is that he's the Hall of Fame Legacy Award winner.
Okay.
So he's in the Hall of Fame, but he's also a Legacy Award winner. And that basically honors like anybody who's made a really big, significant contribution to ROH and in ROH and outside of the ring. So he was presented the award by the ROH commentator Ian
Riccaboni.
He's
on New Japan. I'm always giving him crap. He's like new to New Japan. I'm like, Alex is gonna eat you. Alex Kozlov's the other. Anyways, Silkin joins Jay and Mark Briscoe, Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, and CM Punk as the first inductees into the ROH Hall of Fame. Also part of the AEW family.
Oh, now I forgot about that.
Yeah, AEW bought ROH.
Yeah.
So Cary began like in the beginning in 2002.
Which is
bought
crazy.
The company outright in 2004.
Yeah, and apparently ROH experienced like a tremendous amount of growth the second that he like took them under their wing, and they started out, which I didn't even realize, as a DVD-based promotion.
Yes,
only.
That was like before we could stream stuff.
Yeah, like that makes sense. It was 2002, so and ROH expanded its like reach by they started holding live events.
I'm recalling one.
They went to US, obviously UK, Japan, and Silkin kept ROH alive, like even through like they had a financial drain for a long period of time.
I know there was a time where like Tommy Mac was sitting there with me, and we're like, we could offer our services, but no one wanted to hire us. We could have helped out. We're really good at that kind of stuff.
Oh, I got a kick of ginger. That felt nice. I see.
Oh man. So, we got questions. The people want to know about Hall of Famers. Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal.
He is not in it yet.
Not in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Lethal.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be keeping that. Lethal's a big name. We'll be keeping an eye on that one.
And I really thought that this last one was that they were done.
Yeah,
so are they now adding people on is what I want to know? Or was this just because he got the award?
Or is it because he just sold ROH to AEW? All right.
I think it's the award. Okay.
All right, congratulations, man.
So.
We'll be checking this out, the event.
Yes.
Okay, so back to them ladders.
Oh, we have back-to-back injuries coming up.
Yeah, Edge
next
was
few
not
minutes.
even kidding when he talked about them taking years off your life.
No. So Orange Cassidy was injured during the ladder match at Revolution this past weekend, and
he got like propelled like a freaking missile out of the ring, like flying. Like
that resulted in a shoulder injury. I mean, who wouldn't be injured after that?
So Brian Alvarez mentioned on Wrestling Observer Radio that he had heard Orange Cassidy injured his shoulder. He heard. So not super confirmed, but that's the that was a big freaking bump when Keith Lee chucks your body out. I mean,
yeah. And he totally, there was two other wrestlers that were there to catch him. He totally just
spilled my coffee. Yeah. They're like, oh shoot,
Yeah.
he flew farther than we thought he would go. And and then Hobbs also freaking, he was thrown onto a ladder by Hobbs. I don't know, maybe some of these guys don't know their own strength still.
Maybe. Poor guy though. I know a lot of people don't. They have mixed feelings about Orange Cassidy, but that's still kind of gruesome. AEW Revolution hurt Cassidy.
Yeah, and there's also Ricky Starks. Like people were talking about that ladder hit, we're like, oh, that powerbomb on the freaking ladder. Like, oh, I think he got hurt too. We haven't heard full details, but hold on.
Yeah, we hope he recovers fast.
Speedy recovery, because
speedy. Yeah. I mean, if you're hopefully it's not some sort of dislocation, it's just a contusion or something, a sprain.
I don't know. Contusion's so bad because freaking AJ Styles
Oh boy.
has suffered a severe neck contusion. I think Drew McIntyre had one of those, and he was out for a while. I'm like, it is almost WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He's supposed to have his dream match against Edge. How was he supposed to have it with the freaking neck contusion?
That's so sad. I mean, Styles answered Edge's challenge for the match, as we saw for WrestleMania. So everybody was super hyped up, very excited. And but Edge turned heel and proceeded to attack Styles, resulting in this injury. And so the attack was like Edge basically was giving Styles like the concerto. So I mean,
the concerto.
The concerto. And it seems like this injury that people were like, maybe this is just like build up for WrestleMania, but I don't know. He could genuinely be hurt.
Yeah, a contusion actually sounds more legit, unlike a voice box.
A voice box.
Am I getting ahead of myself?
Oh gosh, we're getting too ahead of ourselves. But,
no. So yeah.
We'll move on to Becky Lynch, who announced on Instagram she will not be appearing on Monday Night Raw because she's hospitalized for her voice box. She fractured her voice box.
That sounds like an Adele damaged her voice box, not like Becky Lynch.
Was she at a concert? Was she singing? Who was she watching? I mean,
I think I saw a picture of her like in the hospital bed. I'm like,
oh no,
yeah,
that's sad.
So at a house show in Allenton, Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
and but she expects to be on Raw next week. So. But unlike a contusion, I'm like, oh my Lord.
Yikes. I mean, I'm wondering if she was at a house show, she fractured her voice box. But, sorry.
She was beaten to crap.
Apparently she was beaten to crap, so. By Belair.
Oh, yes, I heard her freaking braid.
That'll do it with a.
Braid whoop into the neck. I'm like,
oh, God.
Mercilessly beat with a hair whip. Oh my goodness. Well, apparently your hair whip is an illegal weapon.
Yeah.
So.
Yikes. But she went on Instagram, announced that she was not going to be on Raw. And I'm not really sure how you even fix a fractured voice box. That is a good question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
we've seen an article. She's here in bed. In the hospital bed, clearly, and
she doesn't look very good.
She's not looking too hot right now. Poor thing.
Yeah.
But she was like, "Don't worry, you guys. I'll be there for WrestleMania because you cannot spell WrestleMania without I." So hopefully this isn't like.
Yeah, Walter's like,
gonna put her out.
Lynch got hurt by Belair.
Oh, someone said, good morning, all. Actually, in the past few weeks, Becky Lynch has sounded a little hoarse to her, wondering if it's something more.
Yeah, Lucian Ryo Cat's on it.
Yeah.
On it.
It might be, honestly. I feel like that's not something that would happen, like, quickly, like in one day. You just...
Yeah.
If especially if it's, like, fighting. I don't know.
We'll
see. But wishing her a speedy recovery as well.
Goodness, we're going to, like...
And also,
Vader. Someone had commented on this earlier. They're like, hello, the WWE Hall of Fame.
Don't worry, you guys. We got
you. Keith.
Yeah, so...
Did you guys hear the late Leon Vader White is going to... Yes, we totally did. We were, like, ready. We were ready.
Yeah, so he will be inducted into this year's WWE Hall of Fame, and his career has spanned nearly 3 decades since his debut, which is crazy. From 1985 to 2012, he worked for like
everybody,
pretty much everyone under the sun. And
So I guess his name, Big Van Vader, was like created when he was in Japan working for All Japan Pro Wrestling and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
I didn't even know there was an All Japan.
Dude, there's like like I think aside of like baseball in Japan, like pro wrestling is like the king of sports, as they say.
That's good to know.
And then so Vader was also in WCW in the 90s.
Yes.
And then WWE and for a couple years, 96, 98. And that was a big guy. He was the main eventer.
This man was something else. Such a badass. Yeah, I have to go look back and see if some old matches. I haven't seen any. But he also held the
prestigious IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the WCW World Heavyweight Championship 3 times, in addition to the WCW United States Heavyweight Championship.
Oh my goodness, what has he not done?
And the WGP Tag Team Champion with Bam Bam Bigelow. Dude, isn't Powerhouse Hobbs' kid named Bam Bam?
I think so.
I love it. I love it.
Was it named after him? Maybe.
Maybe, huh?
And in his last years of his life, Vader dealt with a lot of health issues. Unfortunately, he passed away June 18th of 2018 after he was hospitalized for pneumonia at just 63 years old.
Dude.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It's really sad. And this was like before vid, so it wasn't like, COVID. And
Is that what it's called now?
No, yeah, vid. The vid. So that's kind of sad. When I was reading that, I'm like, oh wait, I've never seen him. And then I'm like,
oh no. To
no.
pass away before you get inducted.
That is so sad.
Wishing Ryusuke at Keith O'Toole. I'm happy Leon Vader White is being recognized. But is WWE Hall of Fame the only show to recognize wrestling greats? No. We saw the Indies.
Yeah.
The Indies was fun. All right, Tomcats, did you guys watch the Indies Hall of Fame?
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, AEW doesn't have anything that's like,
They don't have their Hall of Fame yet.
like a Hall of Fame. But now that they own ROH, was that going to be
ROH
combined? Or is that going to be like their own separate thing? And then maybe AEW will take on the sort of like...
that's a good question.
I don't know.
All right. But
maybe.
So the WWE Hall of Fame, I feel like the Thunder is going to be all about The Undertaker.
Yes.
I mean, freaking Vince McMahon is going to be inducting The Undertaker. And I don't think he's ever inducted anyone ever before. So it's kind of a big freaking deal. I think Renee was talking about it. She's like, he's never inducted anybody.
Wow.
But yeah.
Crazy. And if you guys couldn't guess, when do you think that this is going to happen? Major guess. You're never going to guess
they all know.
Oh,
they all know because they're like, yes, this is our favorite part of WrestleMania week. The glamorous dresses, the tuxedos, the ooh, Celebrity. Menunos, right? Come on. Lady J. She's I love her. She's always has her mic and her beautiful dress.
Aww.
And she's like, well, hello, Roman Reigns. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Da, 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 da. She's the best hostess.
Oh, that's sweet. So yeah, it's going to take place Friday, April 1st at the American Airlines Arena in Dallas. And if you aren't in Dallas that weekend, you can watch it live on Peacock after the Friday night SmackDown.
Which is weird. You have all these grubby people watching SmackDown, eating nachos and beer, and then it's woo! You look good!
Oh goodness, that must sound like that must be such a crazy weekend. We've got a video here of
we got some Vader action.
Oh,
450-pound man.
Oh shoot,
that was impressive.
That was really cool. I mean, it's got acrobatic moves.
I know. How does a big man move like that? It's kind of Keith Lee. You're oh.
How did you do that? So impressed.
Talking about WrestleMania week and all that nonsense. So, hold on. Keith is over here talking about Vader. So, Vader against Cactus. Do you know who Cactus Jack is?
No.
Okay, that's one of Mick Foley's personas.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yes. In Germany. It's very violent. Yeah, I mean, it was Cactus Jack. That's next to Mankind, one of his more. Okay, so Friday, when you were gone, I was talking about how this is still related to Mick Foley. How the tryouts for WWE are happening during Mania, but it's no indie wrestlers are freaking allowed.
What?
No, they're all college athletes and maybe wrestling, college wrestling, but no indie wrestling. So the picture I chose was no hippies and no wrestlers. Was freaking Mick Foley's Dude Love character because he's yeah.
That's funny.
No hippies, no wrestlers, no Dude Loves allowed.
No hippies. But okay. Moving on to some WrestleMania. We're still in WrestleMania. But Kevin Owens calls out to Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWE WrestleMania.
Didn't we already call him out? Didn't we already kind of, he's calling him out again?
Yeah, apparently so. So yeah, this was on Monday Night's Raw last night, and Owens closed out this week's show after he and Seth Rollins failed to win the Raw Tag Team titles in a triple threat match that took place earlier in the show. So,
But
Owen,
like, I mean, aren't we still talking about how like Steve Austin's like, no, I'm not wrestling. I'm just gonna.
yeah, he's not wrestling. I mean, at least that's what he says. I don't know. There's so much change and there's so much happening before WrestleMania. My mind is all like,
I know, but Owens is like, I want to have the most stupendous KO show at
Yes.
WrestleMania. So does that mean it's gonna be like a talk show, or? And he's
that's
like,
funny.
it doesn't want Texans like JBL, Booker T, or Shawn Michaels. He wants someone who embodies the state of Texas.
Oh goodness.
The
So,
rattlesnake himself, you know.
so Kevin Owens said that his person's knees are shot and he might need a walker to get him to the ring.
Sick.
Oh God. And I don't know what we're going to see. I think there is a chance that he wrestles. I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. But,
All right.
Speaking of Raw, we have some results from last night.
Yep. So the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, Alpha Academy versus Randy Orton and Riddle versus Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. We know that Seth Rollins and Owens did not win this match.
Yes.
We gave that one away already.
We did. And also Dana Brooke.
Oh, wait, but so is Randy Orton.
Oh,
RK
sorry.
Bro won.
RK Bro. Yes, they did win. And also Dana Brooke defeated Tamina to retain the 24/7 championship title.
Well, I just can't care less about the 24/7 championship. Although NXT champion Braun Breaker and Tommaso Ciampa defeated them dirty dogs.
Oh,
Them dirty dogs, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode.
they sure did.
Did you see that story where we're like, oh my God, Robert Roode came out with like his old glorious gear.
Really? I
The
didn't
guys
see
were
that.
talking about
it.
Noah was like, yes, glorious. Oh yeah. I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious. I won't give in. Yeah. All right. Let me on to the ladies' action.
Yes, we've got Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, who defeated the women's tag team champions Queen Zelina and Carmella.
Oh, shoot.
Oh goodness!
I
yeah.
gave my regards to the queen.
You did?
I saw her man Malachi Black, and I was like, "Tell Queen Zelina that Lady J gives her regards."
That's sweet. And so they are now added to the title match at WrestleMania. So
Ooh,
that is
that's
exciting.
a big upset.
Yeah.
And then the United States champion, Finn Balor, love seeing him back in action, defeated Vince McMahon's boy, Austin Theory, via DQ.
Yeah.
That's lame. I hate DQs.
I hate disqualifications. But all right, I think we've had enough fight buzz, and it is time to move on to some morning jab. This one's kind of interesting.
CM Punk explains why he was relieved that Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor instead of Vince McMahon.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes. So as we know, CM Punk, he made a name for himself. I mean, before even going to WWE, and he gave his thoughts about, AEW president Tony Khan buying ROH at the post-revolution press conference that they had. And he stated that he's happy that Khan brought the company because he's like, I know it's in good hands. And it's funny because he's like saying that he feels like that's his baby. And he knows that his baby is in good hands. Someone's going to treat his baby right. And I'm like, aw, that's sweet.
Baby.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like serious baby.
Yeah, he's like, it's not going to just get made into just some like tab on, whatever, or some confusing app.
Oh, did he just like take a jab at the app? Some shitty, confusing app that's hard to navigate?
Yeah. And
I'm sure they paid a pretty penny to have that app made too.
I'm imagining. I mean, but I think it's kind of interesting to see a wrestler's perspective on like some, ROH being bought by like someone else. Because, you know, we talk about it amongst us, so we're not like actually in the whole realm of it all. So kind of interesting to hear. And so yeah, he was very relieved. And his main reason in being relieved is because he did not want Vince McMahon to own any footage of his ROH career. And I
will erase you from history, CM Punk.
That's funny. He said he knew either Tony was going to buy it or Vince was going to buy it. So he didn't want Vince to own his footage. And he was like, plus he owns enough of it and I don't even get paid for it. So I was like, oh.
Yeah, like his WWE stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes.
All right, let's move on to some fluffy news. Freaking Tony Khan. We're still talking about Tony Khan.
So he was surprised that WWE released William Regal, but you know, he just swooped him right on in.
He's like, you're mine.
You're mine now.
and as we know, he signed. He didn't just make an appearance.
No.
He signed with AEW. And I liked his debut. I was like, yes. Yes. And of course, during that post-Revolution media spiel, you know, Tony had to share his thoughts about, you know, Regal joining the team and being on-screen talent and someone behind the scenes. I think he's doing booking for ROH now. And,
And Tony Khan seems he's very excited and very eager to bring him on. Like you said, he's going to make a huge contribution to like the on-screen aspect of it all. And he also feels it's like beneficial because both like he in a major way to both Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley because he has like a history with them.
Oh yeah.
So kind of cool.
I'm excited. Oh, dang. We're still talking about Bryan Danielson. Goodness gracious. Bryan Danielson giving his opinion on training Jade Cargill. Oh, no wonder. Did you see that frog splash she did? Yes, she is.
We know where she learned it.
She is. Okay, so this is what Bryan says. Bryan says she's a really hard worker. She's really smart. Somebody who's willing to put in the work.
Yeah, which is nice. I think I always got that vibe from her because like she started with no experience.
Yeah, it's crazy. And he says that he has a deep kind of sympathy for the position that she's in. Having no experience. Lots of pressure there.
Yeah. And a lot of social media like exposure. Like he says, like back in 1999, they were at a different time. If you did something like that, it was if you were in the wrestling fan world, maybe it was talked about, but it wasn't immediately posted to social media and like everybody knew about it, even if they weren't even following, you know, wrestling news. Just like everything gets put out on social media. And so he's like, you know, I give her a lot of credit because you can like mess up at any time and like everyone's watching you. So
well, at least she has a good teacher.
Yes, she's got a great teacher.
And then Renee, I love Renee.
Yes.
Renee Paquette on why Paul Heyman was her favorite person in WWE to do interview. Yeah, why not? I mean, look at his freaking face.
So during this week's Out of Character with Ryan Satin, Renee Paquette was asked who her favorite person to do backstage interviews was and why. That is a tongue twister. And she said the first person that comes to her mind is Paul Heyman. She said she loved working with him because obviously he's Paul Heyman. And they had a really great chemistry. He was always someone that like pushed her really hard. And she recalls this time where she remembers them sitting down and Brock had just turned on Heyman. He was distraught. She's like, he wasn't even shaved. And he wanted to like have Renee push him. Like he was very vulnerable with her and she like admired that about him. Although I feel like she's able to pull things out of everybody.
Everyone spills their guts to her. It's like, especially the guys, it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So I guess he gave her the spotlight too, which is nice.
Yeah.
And she's like, he's just a good dude. And she's like, she loved working with him because he would just get in her face and yell and just be freaking Paul Heyman.
Oh, goodness. That's hilarious. And moving on to WWE's video games. So WWE has had talks with EA about future video games. So it looks like the working partnership between WWE and Take-Two Interactive may be coming to an end in the near future. which could result in WWE moving its video game to another publisher for like the first time ever.
Oh, yeah. But Walter's like, WWE 2K22 looks good. Yeah, it has Rey Mysterio and it does look good.
It does. And Mike Shaw reported on Fightful Select that WWE had like preliminary discussions with EA about bringing their video game on. So I feel like this is definitely happening. I know they don't, the company that they're working with currently, excuse me, I'm getting all stuffy, owns a lot of like really big name video games. And so from what I understood in the article I was reading, that it seems as though like WWE kind of feels like they've been pushed to the side. They're not getting as much coverage. So they want somebody who will like be able to fully
give them a little more attention.
Yeah, give them a little more attention. And because, you know, they have NBA 2K, and which does really well. A lot of the 2K games do well.
Let's see. Any title matches in WWE 2K22?
I have not played it yet.
I know. Demon Joker says, it's not good. It's great.
Oh.
So why would they be leaving? I don't know. Guys, why are they leaving him then?
That's a great question. I mean, Stephanie McMahon praised EA on the inclusion of, you know, women in EA Sports NHL, while on the flip side, EA's their COO, Laura Miele, praised WWE for featuring female talent on a billboard in Saudi Arabia. So I feel like they're kind of, you know, they both like each other. They both have common interests. I don't really see them moving.
Yeah, Bush and Ryu Cat. I'm waiting for that AEW game.
Yes.
Yes. Yep. My yelling voice is going to be part of that game. Because during the dark match, it was like, y'all need to chant. This is going to be in the video game.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was fun. They
That's
did some of
hilarious.
that at the Fan Fest too.
Oh, that's funny. So I'm interested to see the direction they go in, but my money's on them going to EA because why wouldn't they? Gone are the crappy days of 2K20.
All right.
That's funny.
We're watching.
Yeah, we're watching.
All right. We got some strong style news.
Yes, let's move on to some keeping it strong style.
All right, so Ryusuke Taguchi is having an online meet and greet. Online.
Yeah.
I mean, it's much more accessible, which is cool. And you don't have to wait in line for like forever.
That's true.
For the funky weapon. Lex is like, who is that? I'm like, the funky weapon.
Who is
it says
that?
it on his rear end. He like does his hip attack. It's great.
That is hilarious. Well, to join, you've just got to like purchase his signed goods, and you could ask him any questions. That's like the only way you can get a ticket to meet and greet online.
That's the way it works. Like, so when we did the like AEW one, it's like you buy like an 8x10 or you buy an action figure. Dude, people would show up with like a box full of action figures.
Oh my God.
Like, it is big business to get like.
Wow, that is crazy. But yeah, you can join this meet and greet. It's going to happen March 22nd, and it's going to be on New Japan's YouTube channel. So I'm wondering how they're going to like only allow certain people in. If
Maybe
it's
have like a time, you know,
Maybe.
like a scheduled meeting time. Like, all right, your time's up, move along. Security at AEW is like, dude, some of these stars just keep chatting and chatting and chatting, and that's why you're waiting forever.
And someone else said, I might recreate WrestleMania 12 with Hart and Michaels in the Iron match.
Oh, I think that's what people like to do with the video games.
Really?
Yeah,
that's fun.
Like have their dream matches.
That's fun.
Okay, last fall, New Japan Strong. Oh wait, hold on. Let's talk about.
Yeah, they're going to be in
Collision hitting Philly.
They're hitting Philly, and the last time they were in the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia was for their like 2 nights for Showdown series with Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley, Minoru Suzuki. So they'll be back.
I was so bad at the freaking AEW meet and greet. I was like, so Eddie Kingston, I know we're at like an AEW event. However, your New Japan match against Gabriel Kidd was epic. Yes, Taguchi. Does he sign autographs with his butt?
Maybe.
I'm gonna smear this with my rear end.
Ew. All right, guys. So yes, this is going to be on May 15th, and they're going to be back in Philly. So if you got the chance and you're near, definitely go check it out.
Yes,
it's gonna be
New
cool.
Japan. Yeah, too bad you're missing the New Japan show.
I know, it's a bummer.
Let's double check and see if we can get your friend in. That would be cool.
That would be
Although
cool.
she might be like, ew.
She'd be like, "Where did you bring me, Lex?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, guys."
Be like,
But,
we gotta convert them. We gotta convert them.
And so at this Collision series, you're going to see people like Jeff Cobb, Will Ospreay, Jay White, and I'm sure much more. But that's all we know for now.
Yes, Will Ospreay. He let me hold his belt.
Yes.
He's like,
Do you have a picture with him?
I do.
Oh, nice.
I do. I was all like super badass, like Will Ospreay's belt. Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
me.
and then moving next strong news. So Hiromu Takahashi is going to take part in the very noble AIDS Orphan Benefit Auction.
Yes, he'll be
Yes.
participating in the
Yes.
Positive Living Through AIDS Orphan Support Charity Auction next week. And he's going to be contributing an item to be auctioned off between March 14th and 20th, with proceeds assisting children orphaned as a result of AIDS. And yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
I've had people ask,
sweet.
like, how can I get a cat? I'm like, you could probably get a cat at this auction.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get a cat at this auction. I don't know why you can't see it.
So yeah, you'll get yeah, because people are like, where'd I get that cat? I'm like, he's having an auction. You'll probably find some really cool swag.
Yeah.
And know that your money's going to a good cause.
Which is sweet. I think it's cool that he's doing something like that.
Yeah. It's for the children.
For the children.
The orphans.
Yes, that's very important. And oh my goodness, is that all we've got today for our news? I think that might be it.
That's it.
That's
All right,
it.
Tomcats.
If anyone
Wrestleverse.
has any questions or anything that we missed,
Yes.
please let us
We'll
know.
take a minute to take some last minute questions that we have not covered. Any comments? I know we gotta wait just a minute. Last question. All right.
How excited are you to see Kota Ibushi back in action? What's the date for his new cup match?
That's a good question. Kota Ibushi got injured
Oh,
at the
no.
G1 climax. So he's been out for a little while now. And yeah, Kota Ibushi, as Tommy Mac says, is like the epitome of like the male figure minus his bad hair.
Oh.
It's like him and Roosh. Roosh has like the perfect hair, but I haven't seen Roosh in forever. I guess he had surgery, which is a good time to have surgery, but I want to see him and his brothers back in action.
What are all these injuries? Come on.
I know. Bush and Royal Cat. Big Daddy Regal. Yeah, he did come in like a big daddy. He's like, bam, bam, boys behave.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess Tony Khan could take a vacation now.
He knows that William Regal can like hold the house down.
Hold it down. And Regal should be commissioner of AEW the way he was in WWE and NXT.
Yeah, except for he'll be more of a badass this time instead of like a very proper British, Regal man. He'll be a regal and violent man now.
Someone else asked if we watched,
Keith Lee has all the attributes. Yes, I was thinking about that when we were watching that. Like, I'm like, dude, Vader. Wow, Vader. And I'm like, yes, I totally thought of Keith Lee. I also thought of like Willie Mack. But yeah, so imagine he gets manager, pushed to be a heel, and wears Vader like armor, like the destroyer Keith Lee. Bask in my glory.
Remember when he broke Jobber Joe Thumas back on WCW Worldwide Wrestling?
I don't,
I do
but I
not.
feel like, do we have time to look this up? That might be a little too long for our like fast fingered producers back there.
And I know we get the boys on at 10. We don't want to kick them off.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Of Twitch because they kicked us off. And I'd love to see Paul Erling manage a heel Keith Lee.
Wait. Paul Ellering,
Ellering.
like chinless Paul? Am I thinking of the right? No, wrong person. Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom.
Oh, Rachel's daddy? Ooh.
Oh, Manuel joined us in a little later today.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Manuel.
Oh, he was at a doctor's appointment. That's okay. You have an excuse.
You got to know.
He has a note. And I think that's all.
All right. Hope Knoxville punches Sammy's lights out. Yeah, Johnny Knoxville's still having his feud with Sami Zayn. That must be fun. Like, if you're going to be in a silly feud, like, be in a jackass feud.
When Rush returns, he should go after the ROH championship.
Yeah, where's my Rouge? Oh, Rouge is upstairs. I have a Rouge.
Oh, you do? I'm like looking around.
I have like Rouge is upstairs. I'm one of those like wrestling buddies.
And yes, we saw Manuel's good morning.
Good morning.
And that's sweet. Bush and Riot Cat said, "Hope your visit was well." You guys are so
Yeah.
nice to each other in the comments. That's sweet.
All right. Well, we
Alrighty,
gotta
guys.
let the guys get ready to roll.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yes, thank you guys. Please make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you can.
Yep. And you can find some more videos clicking those links below.
And until next time, I'm Lexi.
And I'm Lady J. Bye. guys.
Bye.